All right, a good Thursday evening to you. I am First Alert meteorologist David Ernst here with your weather update. We'll be doing these live streams more and more. We started up a midday stream at 1:30 for your weather updates in the middle of the afternoon. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon has been doing these a little after 8:30 in the morning for quite some time, and like I said, we're getting going here in the evenings. We try to do this daily, Monday through Friday at right around 9 o'clock. You can find this anywhere that WBAY products are streaming. So that's your CTV apps, our news and weather apps, Facebook, YouTube, and I am monitoring the WBAY TV2 Facebook page right now. If any questions come through, I'll be happy to answer them there. We will be talking about our next weather maker. It arrives over the course of the day tomorrow. Should have two more distinct rounds of steadier rainfall. The first will come in late morning hours, early afternoon, steady soaking rain for a few hours, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder, but I wouldn't expect anything strong out of that other than the rainfall. And then we'll be watching for a round of late storms coming through likely after 10 or 11 o'clock. That's going to be the one that could produce some severe weather across the area. I don't anticipate a severe weather outbreak, but we are going to see the potential there for some stronger thunderstorms late in the day. And a great way to stay informed when that kind of weather rolls in is with our free WBAY First Alert weather app. If you are streaming this on Facebook or YouTube or on a computer or a TV, something that's not your mobile device, you can use the QR code right beneath me there, and that will take you to a splash page to download the First Alert weather app for free on your Google Play or your Apple App Store to get that on your device. You've got the ability to watch these live updates from the app, or at least get to the live updates from the app. We've got our First Alert Weather Team forecast right there at the top of the page, and you can have the interactive radar there at the palm of your hand as well to kind of track those storms coming in real time, and it will have the ability to push severe alerts, tornado warnings, things like that directly to your device. So it's a great way to stay informed when the weather starts to turn on us, which, we're going to, again, see the potential for some stronger storms late in the day tomorrow. A quick look at what is going on tonight. We do have a lot of cloud cover overhead. May not look like much here on the wide view of the satellite. It's low clouds, fog that we've been dealing with. Those clouds are not necessarily all that thick, maybe just a couple thousand feet thick, and it's closer to the ground, so that's why they don't show up as well on the nighttime satellite. You'll notice back off to our south, tornado watch in parts of Oklahoma and Texas. The black boxes that you see there, those are tornado warnings, and then the white outline with the yellow box underneath that, that's a severe thunderstorm warning, and into south central Kansas there, that is a severe thunderstorm watch. It will be these areas, likely a little farther to the east of here, where we're looking at the highest potential for severe weather tomorrow, but we will see the possibility for some of those storms, stronger thunderstorms, not necessarily the same type of strength and severity as what will be to our south, but we will have the potential for some stronger storms in the area tomorrow. So as far as the severe weather outlook goes for Friday, again, kind of the areas you were seeing those storms right now, just a little bit farther to the east, so closer to the Missouri and Arkansas border instead of into western parts of Oklahoma and central parts of Kansas. We would then be watching for some storms that fire up to our southwest to kind of push into our area late tomorrow night. The southern portions of Wisconsin do find themselves in the Level 2 out of 5 risk category. That's a slight risk for severe weather. It's Level 1, a marginal risk for severe weather in northeastern Wisconsin. And this does include the Fox Valley and over towards the lakeshore. In fact, that risk area has been expanded a little farther to the north. So let's go ahead and track this forecast out for you here. We'll go hour by hour with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor and kind of time out the arrival of both waves of steadier rain and some thunderstorms for Friday. So this is Friday morning, starting out at 7 o'clock in the morning. And notice that as we go through the mid to late morning, you see some rain showers pushing through. And as we get into the afternoon, we continue to deal with that steady rain for a time, with everything starting to wrap up by, and I'll back the clock up here just so you can kind of see it in a little more detail instead of having it whiz by. 5:30, here we go, just a few lingering isolated light showers left over. So round number 1 is late morning through the mid to late afternoon, wrapping up for the evening. Dry for the most part for a time. And then we'll be watching for the next round of showers and thunderstorms to get in. Likely it's between 10 and 11 o'clock before we would start to see any activity into central Wisconsin. From there, and again, we kind of zoom through it pretty quickly here, so it's not going to be ongoing for a very long time. You see just a quick cluster of storms getting into the area. The timing might be off by an hour or two here or there, so I would say, again, it's late tomorrow night. So after 10 o'clock, sometime between then and 1 or 2 in the morning, we should see a complex of storms like this riding up into the area. Certainly you would anticipate heavy rainfall, lots of cloud-to-ground lightning in a complex like this, and there could be some embedded clusters with some damaging winds, 55, 60 miles per hour in isolated fashion, and you may also get some quarter-size or perhaps a little bit larger hail out of some of the more intense updrafts there. It's not going to be widespread that everybody sees something like that, but I would not rule out a couple of warnings in the area because of what I just mentioned, the threat for severe hail and wind. So this is going to be a late night event. It does not last all night long. Once the storms get into your area, they're probably out within an hour or two. So if it arrives by midnight in Green Bay, then by 2 o'clock in the morning, we're out of the storm threat at that point, just dealing with some lingering rain showers, and then that will be what we deal with for the rest of the night and into the morning. Maybe there's a part of far north central Wisconsin that does see a little bit of light snow or wintry mix as everything is wrapping up early on Saturday, but for the most part, we don't have any winter weather to deal with. In fact, we will see temperatures still making it into the 50s around the Fox Valley on Saturday, so it is still going to be mild, in fact, warmer than it was today. Why don't we go ahead and we'll back it up here just a second and take a look at the current temperatures. And we are sitting at 33 in Green Bay, but most locations are warmer than that. As we go through the night tonight, what we will be keeping an eye out for is going to be some drizzle and mist that we have continued to see. It is possible that some areas in northern Wisconsin do drop below 32. I think around Green Bay, we probably see that temperature go up a couple degrees between now and daybreak. So I don't expect widespread slippery roads, but there could be some northern areas where we do have that possibility for some slippery travel as we get into tomorrow morning. Our high temperatures tomorrow afternoon are going to be milder than they were today, despite the clouds and the rainfall. Overall, it should be a warmer day. In fact, we're looking at several more warm days before the cold air returns towards the end of next week. The high on Sunday should be close to 60 degrees. Monday is in the lower 60s. Now, Monday we have the chance to set a new record high. The record we're going up against is 60 degrees, and that was set just last year. On Sunday, even though temperatures will be similar, the record high on Sunday is 74, going back to the year 2000. I don't think that we challenge that in any stretch, but it is going to be mild, to say the least, as we go into the work week. But tomorrow should be warmer than today. Your forecast high temperatures here going to be mid-40s, upper 40s to around 50 degrees in the North Woods. But as you start coming farther south, those temperatures do get warmer, and we should be in the upper 50s for Fox Cities, Green Bay, and probably some low 60s to the south of that. The record in Green Bay tomorrow is 69 degrees. So again, I think we're far enough under that. Even if we overperform and make it into the low 60s, I don't think we get warm enough to challenge that record high. Our best shot at a record is again going to be on Monday with a high in the low to mid 60s, and the record we're going up against is only 60 degrees right on the dot. Let's take a quick look at the forecast as we get into the middle part of next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, there's going to be a storm system forming close by, and this one is going to have the potential to bring with it maybe just a little bit of wintry weather to the north, but and I guess I should even say maybe a slight mix for some of us on Wednesday as well, even around the Fox Valley. It just doesn't look too heavy the way things are stacking up. So first, we'll go through the Monday forecast. Again, should be a warm one with highs at least Green Bay, Fox Valley southward in the 60s, but heading into Tuesday, low pressure starts to develop off to our west, and that's what you're seeing here with those wind streamlines kind of all come together right along the Nebraska and Iowa border. That's where our low pressure is forming up. So out ahead of this low, winds are out of the south, but on the north side of it, yep, you've got a northerly breeze drawing that colder air in from Canada, and everything starts to kind of interact and form up almost right in the local area. So as we go through the day on Tuesday and get into Tuesday evening, you see the rain showers starting to develop, anywhere from Door County and far northern Wisconsin all the way back down into the southern plains. And on the north side of this, UP and into Canada, you've got snow. So this system kind of just forms right overhead with the steadiest rain missing us to the south and to the east, and the steadiest snow missing us to the north, and we kind of get stuck right into a dry slot right there. So there will be some rain showers, I feel, that do develop on Tuesday. Getting into Wednesday, maybe there's a light mix that falls somewhere, but the bigger takeaway Wednesday is simply going to be the cool down that we will be expecting for the middle part of next week. Temperatures don't look to be as cold as they did a few days ago. If you remember back on say Monday or Tuesday when I showed this map, it had 20s and 30s on there for high temperature. So it does look a little milder than it did and above average. Normal highs this time of year are into the upper half of the 30s. It's just not going to be as mild or as warm as we are going to be for tomorrow and through the weekend. So we'll leave you here with the First Alert Super 7-day forecast, and you'll see that temperature trend very pleasant, very nice through the next couple of days, but we do have the potential for a heavy rainfall on Friday, along with some stronger thunderstorms possible as we get into Friday night. After that, the forecast is fairly quiet. Sunday and Monday look like very nice days. Maybe a little bit of wind to contend with, but high temperature will be around 60 degrees Sunday, lower 60s on Monday with mostly sunny skies. It's towards the middle of next week that those temperatures take a bit of a hit, but again, not feeling like it's at the dead of winter, just colder than it has been. And also coming up this weekend, don't forget that time change. We spring forward by 1 hour. That's 2 a.m. Sunday morning. So before you head to bed on Saturday night, if you have any analog clocks or something that's not connected to the internet, make sure that you turn that forward 1 hour so you're getting to things on time on Sunday. We do lose that hour of sleep, but we do gain an extra hour of daylight in the evening. So sunset will be at around 5:50 on Saturday, 6:50 on Sunday, and about a week and a half or so from Sunday, we should have that sunset coming after 7 p.m. So we do have brighter days to look forward to. Warmer ones to be sure in the distant future, but at least in the near term here as well, some warmer weather before a midweek cool down next week. Hopefully we'll see you here for Action 2 News at 10 o'clock coming up in about 45 minutes. Hope you have a good night and stay safe on Friday, especially as those storms start to roll in.